back, everybody. Well, something that makes Denver so special are the selfless people that live right here in our own neighborhoods. Organizations like the Denver Urban Gardens are helping our city thrive. Doug is the largest network of food-producing community gardens in the country, and it's comprised of about 190 community and school-based gardens across Metro Denver. Amazing people like Nasa here are doing some incredible things. Nasa, it's so good to see you again. How are you?
I'm great. Yeah, good to see you too.
Yes, well, welcome to the station. Let's talk about Denver Urban Gardens. How is Denver Urban Gardens impacting schools and neighborhoods right here in our own community?
Yeah, absolutely. So Doug really works to preserve land and green spaces for folks of all ages to connect with the soil and the food that they grow. Right, so our school-based community gardens really create a space for students to learn in and, inspire curiosity and learn where their food comes from, in an experience in a way that they might not otherwise have, learning in a garden. We also, kind of try and break down barriers for people to form communities with folks that they might not otherwise see out in another world, in their job world, just being in the garden together. We also provide seeds, seedlings, and education for folks that want to grow their own. Our long-standing Grow a Garden program provides all those resources for folks that want to grow, and that kicks off in February 2022.
Amazing. So you guys are doing so much for our own seedlings, so to speak. It's just so great. So what are some of the benefits, would you say, for all ages, playing in the garden, getting dirty, being in the dirt? What are the benefits of doing this?
Absolutely. I mean, everyone from 8 months to 80 years old, there are so many benefits. Learning together, learning where your food comes from, getting your hands dirty in the soil. A lot of studies have shown if you garden as a kid, you're more likely to garden as an adult, and just like teaching the generation after generation to grow their own food and, localize the food system and, create curiosity and wonder.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's so important for all of us. Let's talk about the exciting things that are coming up for Doug in 2022. What can we look forward to?
Absolutely. So we are working really hard toward our big, bold goal, which is trying to grow 1 million pounds of food annually on 50 acres of green space by 2030. So that looks like, creating food forests for folks to have access to fresh food wherever they are in the Denver metro area, and really, sequester more carbon. We're looking at building more outdoor classroom spaces for kids to learn and grow in. We're continue to focus on our baseline infrastructure initiative too, so making sure all of our gardens are resourced equitably, making sure they're making sure they're successful and thriving, and equitably, and then also adding in sustainability features like water tanks for extending the season, looking at multilingual signage, making sure everyone feels welcome and comfortable in our gardens.
Incredible, and I can definitely attest to that. We've of course been to the Doug Gardens a lot this year, and welcome and comfortable is exactly what you feel when you go in there, especially
Excellent.
When we were going to the gardens near the schools. Seeing the kiddos get in the dirt, like you were saying, and just really being engaged was so incredible too. So I want to talk about that too. Why are you so passionate about what you do? Because we saw a lot of that when we were out there with you, just the passion and the love you have for especially these kiddos getting out in the garden and being excited to be in the dirt.
Definitely. What's unique about Doug is we just really touch everybody. The mind, the body, the spirit, everything is just right there. We're creating climate solutions. We're, forging ways for people to see how their food is grown, breaking down barriers to create that community, and really, working with different communities, sharing recipes, sharing food. And our gardens are more than just growing food. We're really growing community, and it's really special to be a part of.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, Nasa, the work that you guys are doing is so incredible. Thank you so much for what you're doing, and thank you for being here with us today.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Awesome, guys. Well, of course, Doug, an amazing opportunity, amazing place here. Denver Urban Gardens is a great way to connect with your community. So donate, learn more, and get involved in their 2022 plans at DUG.org. You can also donate by finding Denver Urban Gardens on ColoradoGivesDay.org.